Phones for EVH Gear TV are provided by Rode Microphones, and official Van Halen merchandise is provided by VanHalenStore.com. Now, here's your host from Ontario, Canada, EVH Gear artist Eric Broadbent.
Hey everyone, happy Friday to you all. I hope everyone is well. EVH Gear TV, we are live. It's just a brief afternoon jam, kind of getting in the creative, inspired mood for tonight's show. Really looking forward to tonight's show. Jason Becker comes back for the first time, actually for the premiere of EVH Gear TV for 2018. Very, very excited. Jason rang in the new year with me in 2017, New Year's Eve, which was fantastic, and now have him back again this year. So really excited about this. And his very good friend Dave Lopez is joining us as well too, and a surprise guest. I just found out there's going to be a surprise guest as well too. So it's going to be a really fun evening, 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time tonight as usual, 6 o'clock Pacific. Had a great call last night with Dave, and we're chatting about what we're going to be talking about tonight, and he informed me of a couple little surprises, which will be really cool as well too. So one of the things I'm going to be doing here in a moment, other than enjoying a nice hot coffee, one more quick sip, is the boy got him a nice guitar for Christmas, and he's going to kill me for doing this, but I'm going to be playing it on the air. So we've got the Eastwood Airlines 59 3P Deluxe. This is a pretty awesome guitar. It's got, as you can see, two volume and tone for every one of the pickups, and they look like humbuckers, but they're actually all single coil pickups. And the tone you get out of this thing is pretty amazing. Bigsby on it as well too, so I'm getting used to that. Like no detuna, so a little bit of a kind of what's the word I'm looking for? It concerns me because there's no Floyd Rose on it. Anyways, let's say hi to a few people over in the chat. It's a fun day. Now, here's the scary thing as well too. I'm worried about power going out here because we had a bad snowstorm about a week ago, and it was horrible. It's gone. And we had some really nice weather, like unseasonably warm weather, melted all the snow, lots of rain, 2 days of rain, and snow was completely gone. And Sandra Lee was telling me that there was a storm coming. You know, she's never ever wrong. And she was showing me the weather forecast earlier in the week, and it looked pretty bad on the forecast. And sure enough, it is exactly, and even maybe even more than what they were calling for. Blizzard outside right now. The streets are covered in snow. Now that's not the bad part, because before the snow came, it was all freezing rain and ice. So there's ice down right now, and then there's snow on top of that. So it's going to be treacherous. So more than likely, I'm probably not going anywhere for a couple days at least. And after I'm done this broadcast, I don't feel like cooking for myself. So I'm just going to walk down to because it would be too slippery in the Camaro. I'm going to walk down to my local Subway, which is just a stone's throw down the street. And I'm going to grab myself a nice sub for lunch. I just cooked, it's funny. I'm too lazy to cook myself. I just cooked for the princess. She's eating right now, but I feel like a sub. So I'm going to go get a sub in a minute. Let's say hi to everyone in the chat. Quentin James is jumping in, saying a lot. Nice correcting me on my spelling there, Quentin. Love you anyways. Swear. Let me see here. James is jumping in from Ottawa, says, hello, possums. James, what's the weather like up your way? Warren Hughes says, what's up, Eric? Hef is jumping in, saying, what's up, Eric? Good to see you, Hef. Justin Garrity, yo, Eric and company. My beautiful better half, Poison Ivy, is here. Hey, all. Quentin James saying, hey, Poison. Let me see here. And yeah, everyone's saying hi. So James is a real audiophile as well, too. James, how do you like the sound of the new Rode Procaster? I'm really, really liking this mic. One of the things I like about it a lot is the fact that, I can, type on the keyboard if I'm mentioning or, messaging people back in the chat, or if I'm texting with some of my show moderators or things like that. You're not hearing clicky, 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 as much, right? So I love that. Still using the other mics that I used to use on here, the NT1. Those are back now on my 412 cabinet back there. So love it. I really love it. And what I'm going to be doing in a moment too, because this thing will get in the way when I'm playing, I'm also wearing, you can't see it, it's actually taped to my shirt on the inside. I'm wearing a wireless Rode lapel mic. So I'll give you the difference what that sounds like. So when I go to play the guitar, I'll be able to switch that. Here's what the lapel sounds like. One sec. Test 1 2 1 2. So it's obviously a little tinnier, and it's down right about here as I tap on it. Whereas right about there, so I'm right there, it's taped to the inside of my shirt. It'll just allow me to get this thing out of the way and still continue to have some decent audio. It actually picks up so well you can hear the furnace in the house here, the heater. So let's turn that mic back off. And now we're back to this one. And good. James says it sounds good, and if James says it sounds good, then I'm very happy because I trust his judgment when it comes to audio. So I'm running the Airline 59 3P Deluxe into my Helix, my Line 6 Helix. I know Quentin James loves the Helix. But this is going to sound great. Now I'm going to keep the microphone on just for a moment. Okay, and I'm going to see if I can get the Helix fired up here. And I don't know what I'm on for a patch. Let's find out. Oh, there we go. This is one of my patches. Okay, let's I might even keep this mic on. One sec. I'm getting a little bit of some, I think that might be the Helix. Let's go to another camera angle for a second. There we go. Let's move this microphone. So I'm gonna go through some patches here. I'm just gonna do a few patches that are in my presets. Actually, not my presets. Ones I've made, and not the factory presets. The factory presets would probably be better for this. So let's go back right to my beginning. Whoops, too far. Okay. Now where's number 1? Okay. Eric's 5153. Let's have a look at this one. See, that sounds pretty cool. So that's my 5153 preset on the Helix. I'm using a parametric EQ from Chad Boston on that one. I'm using my exotic boost. When I say my exotic boost, that's a pedal I normally like. It's built into the Helix now with their newest firmware update. I'm using a delay, which I think... Actually, the delay's turned out. That's reverb. That reverb that you're hearing, it's labeled delay, but it's actually reverb. It's in my rack behind me. See if I can go to another camera here for a minute. So behind me, you can see the Helix right there. That's the Helix. And behind that, you can't see it. I've got a Boss RV500 hooked into the loop. So that's that beautiful reverb you're hearing. Real nice plate reverb. So that's the Boss RV500. And then I've got a Scream 808 distortion pedal on there. Here's the difference without it. Here's with it. Can you believe this guitar is single coils? Hard to believe, isn't it? Single coils. I like it. So let's go through a few presets. So that was my 5153. Here's an EVH patch. Let's try a backing track with that one. 1 second here. And I'm getting a little bit of a high pitch, like a ticky 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 thing in there. That's just something that's interfering here. I'm not sure what it is. It's probably because I'm running two microphones here at the same time, one wireless and one wired. It could be. I'm not positive on that. Give me 1 sec. I'm going to see if I can call up a backing track. I'm going to play some Van Halen on an Eastwood Airline. How would that be? Let's see here. Bear with me, folks. A few other people jumped in too as well too. Let me see here. Draw with Beekter's here saying hello. Hef says Zach Wild. Warren Hughes says sounds good. Thank you. Appreciate that. Great tone from Draw with Beekter. Hef Justin Gardy sounds like a good deal. They're talking about some guitars or something, I think. Let me see here. Something else too. I want to look this up before I hang up the broadcast. Not that I'm leaving at this moment. Let's go back to the camera for a minute. I think today is the day that our friend Greg Mara, his album is out today. I believe it's today, January 12th. I'm sure that's what he said. From Plenty Heavy. I wanted to look that up before I end the broadcast because I want to have people check that out. I've heard some of it. It's very, very good. He was on the show a while back playing some of his stuff. At least we were playing videos from it. Okay, let me look for I had some backing tracks here. Bear with me. Guitar stuff. Here it is. Is that it? No, jam tracks. Here we go. Let's play Running with the Devil and see if I can get that to queue up here with the laptop. Okay, bring up the laptop. Is it going to play? I just updated. This is Windows 10 on the other computer. I'm using a Mac for this, for the main broadcast. Windows 10 over here, and I'm not sure if it's playing or not. It doesn't appear to be. That's strange. We might have to skip that. Bear with me here for a second. How is everybody? I am not hearing any laptop. So I think what we're going to do is we're just going to skip that. So because of that, let's mute the laptop. Very strange. I'm going to continue going through a few more patches. So that was the one of the Van Halen patches. Fingers are cold, believe it or not. That sounds horrible. 5150 on fire. That's from the Line 6 custom tone. Back to the camera so you can actually see what I'm doing. That's exactly like my tone on the Silence record. Very cool. And of course you got this one. And it's tricky. There's a master volume back here, where I'm pointing back here, the master volume there, and then I've got volume tone, volume tone, volume tone for each of the pickups with a 5-way Strat style toggle switch, which I love. I like it. Very hard to believe that it's single coil pickups. Single coil pickups, hard to believe, hard to believe. That's a Van Hagar patch. Let's go up a couple more patches. Eric's Marshall, I call it. Oh yeah, this is cool, yep. And I know why it's a Marshall because I've got some distortion coming up, but check out these pickups as I switch. Love it. Middle pickup. Fourth position. Listen to that. Beautiful. Nice. What a beautiful guitar. Yeah, I'm seeing James is commenting, one heck of a versatile guitar. It sure is. Listen to that. So let's see what I've got with this Marshall patch. It says rhythm. I like that. That's cool. I like that a lot. Let's try another one. Sorry for the sniffles here. Now I'm starting to warm up. Some delay. That's cool. I'm trying to keep an eye on FedEx over here too in another window. I've got another guitar coming today too. I'm really anxious to show you guys that one. I won't say what it is yet. Okay, it says it's still on the vehicle for delivery. Okay, let's try the phaser on here. Now keep in mind, this is all line 6 helix. All line 6 helix. So without phase. With phase. That is hard on this guitar. The action is very high on this guitar. I set it up a little bit today. It's still twice as high as I would normally ever play. So forgive me a little bit. I'm a little bit shy on this action. Try some more patches. 1 second. Marshall JCM 800. I'm doing pretty good too. seriously wish I could get the laptop working here, and I don't know why it's not doing it. It's probably because I updated my Windows 10. It probably changed something with the drivers. Let me try one more time. What did I possibly do wrong on that? Try one more time. Thanks for your patience, guys. And girls, possibly. Let me see here. Let's go back over some comments for a sec while that's firing up. Warren Hughes says, spot on for best of both worlds, Tone. Thank you. Let me see here. Leanne Taylor's jumping in. I see you're using your new mic. Also great. Love the guitar. Thank you. Yeah, I love this microphone. It's awesome. I love it. The law, what do they see? The theory is try to flutter the trim. Oh, yeah. I don't think you're going to get much flutter out of this thing. A little bit. A little tiny bit. That's but most you can get out of that. Okay, now why is that not playing? That's a bummer. It's cranked there. Okay, we're gonna leave the laptop off. That's about. I'll investigate that after. I'm not quite sure why that's not coming through. Let's continue through a few more patches and see what else we got. Oh yeah, here's a. Pretty cool. Don't like that one. That's crazy. See what else we got. Kind of neat. Now here, I think here's a clean one. I like that. It's nice. Stan Adams is saying, I like to hear it through a real guitar amplifier to see how it sounds. And you know what? I'll do another broadcast later this week, and I'll run it right through the 5150. And I will mic that and see what it sounds like. And James says, reboot the Windows 10 machine. You know what? I should do that. It'll take forever to reboot, though, so I'll just skip it for now, but I'll try that another broadcast. Cut my nails. I got some longer nails on the fret hand, and it's kind of hampering a couple of those chords. Beautiful sound. Listen to that. That's nice. Beautiful. I like the Bigsby's nice. Stays in tune pretty good too. Can't complain. Okay, so that's a Dream Clean that's on there. It's kind of neat. Now I got some cool edge patches on here somewhere too, I think. That's what else we got here. Here's a PV 5150. sounds pretty cool. Ambient clean. And no, James, I'm not going to try a dive bomb. Not with this thing. No, not going to dive bomb with the Bigsby. Let me see here. And actually, yeah, Quentin James is saying hold the back of it up. No, it's not a set neck. It's a bolt-on. Yeah, bolt-on. So back in the day when they were making these things, these were fiberglass, and they were actually two pieces of fiberglass held together by this rubber seam. Now they're actually wood and they're chambered, so it's a partially hollow body guitar, which is very, very cool. And the black stripe here, the rubber is just more for cosmetics than anything else. And the very cool thing is we got two pick guards with this thing. And the one has already been sent to England. It's actually been received by the management of the Gorillas over there. And the whole band of Gorillas is going to autograph the pick guard for Junior. And then we're going to take this pick guard off and put the signed one on here, which is going to be very, very cool. And if any of you guys have any suggestions too, let's go back to the camera for a second. If any of you guys have any suggestions on how I can protect that pick guard for them so the signatures don't come off, whether it's some type of a clear coat or something, I know you probably can't clear coat plastic, I don't know. But drop me some suggestions. You know, most of your people are friends with me on Facebook and stuff like that, or send it through the Facebook page at EVH Gear TV, and let me know how I might be able to preserve that for him, because I'd like to be able to keep the signatures on there and he can still play it. Just trying to look and see if I missed anybody. Let me see here. Oh, Justin Gardy says, tuning in from my car, only hearing sound from the right speaker. Did you just blow my left speaker? And Badass Tony says, I don't think I blew any speakers. I hope not. And I should put a disclaimer. I won't be responsible for blown speakers. I love this. Really nice. Let's go back to the camera. I love this. Beautiful. Saying clear vinyl like 3M guard. Okay, very cool. That's perfect. Perfect. Will do. And Stan, I will do a live broadcast this week through the 5150, and you'll hear a beautiful clean, and you'll hear some real rock and roll tone as well too. You would do the entire pick guard and then cut the holes out with the X-Acto knife. Perfect. That's good. Appreciate that, Jamie. Let's see what else I got here. It's a Tremonti patch. Kind of cool. And I've only got a few more in my own preset patch here. That's one I wrote myself. This has a detail. That sustain as well too. Pretty cool. Stan is saying, what scale length is it and what gauge strings are you using? The scale length, I don't know. I don't know what the scale length is in this thing. I should have looked. I don't know. And the strings, they're factory. I'm assuming they're 10s because it feels very, very foreign in my hands. I play 9s, 9 to 42. It could be the scale length that's maybe throwing me for a curve here as well too, but I believe they're 10s. It seriously feels like 10s. Try a couple more patches. What is this one here? That's too loud. Okay, there's a couple of bass patches that found their way into my... Here we go. Here's some U2. Let me see what we got here. Sounds pretty cool. That's way loud. I'm not going to play that patch. It'll clip for sure. Doesn't sound like it. Wait, that's a fun patch I was playing with. I like this one. Not a lot of gain on that one. That's pretty cool. And the reverb in the right-hand speaker and the rest of the guitar in the other. And where do they go? Let's go up another patch. I'm almost out of patches here. I know there's a couple more I wrote that I like a lot. Here's my 3-channel one I like a lot. Single coil pickups, hard to believe. Oh, there we go. So that's my modded patch. So I have a 3-channel patch on the Helix where I've got clean rhythm and distortion, and that clean sounds beautiful in these ones. What's James? Let me see. Go back a few. I'm gonna go from backwards. James said, Eric, can you try an acoustic patch and try the beginning to Shirley? Okay, let me see here. That's one of my songs he's referring to. Yeah, so let's go back to that one. No, I'm on the spot. Okay, so this was a song I wrote for my mom before she, well, actually I wrote after she passed away, but that's Pass You By. Okay, so this is really testing me. Here we go. Okay, man, my fingernails are in a bad shape right now too. They're too long to be playing. I'll get rid of that delay too. That should not be on there. Okay, so simple delay. There we go, just reverb. So this is for you, James. So that song was actually cool. If I went into the lead portion of that, or I shouldn't say the lead, but the distortion portion, it does a kind of a neat. And there you go, James. And Jamie was asking, he said, what do all the knobs do? So volume, tone, volume, tone, volume, tone for each of the 3 pickups, plus a master volume down here. So if I hit a chord, watch this. Lots of volume, lots of range on that. So 6 knobs, master volume, plus a 5-way selector switch. Totally love this thing. Love it. All right, so let's try a couple more patches. Okay, whoops. Okay. I think that is almost it. It is. That's all my patches anyways. I'll do another broadcast too. After I do the one for Stan and other people that want to hear it through a real tube amp, I will come back again and I'll play some of the Line 6 factory presets because there are going to be some really, really cool patches that will really make this guitar shine. And Junior and I are both doing a demo on the guitar as well soon too. I'm going to do one on my channel. He's going to do one on his channel. We're going to kind of link them both together. But I'm going to do a demo actually for Eastwood and show that you can actually rock on these guitars. I've kind of proven that today, that you can rock out a little bit on it. Not that my playing is the best, but at least it sounds cool on a guitar that you would not expect to really, really rock out like this. So very, very cool. Let's go back over the last few comments. I'm going to let everybody go because I'm going to go grab a Subway right away, have some lunch, and get ready for the show tonight. Fingers crossed that the weather permits and we don't lose any power here. Let me see, did I miss anything else? And the funny thing is, I'm wearing a wireless lapel mic underneath my shirt right now. I didn't even turn it on. I only used it for a second, so we don't even need to turn it on. Quentin says, okay, that does sound pretty good, but don't tell Face Planet that I said that. Yeah, he's on it. He's on an anti Line 6 kick, but that's okay. And I love it. I plug into the Helix almost all the time now. As you can see, the cord hanging down from the amps back there. The Helix is pretty much my main thing I play these days. Absolutely love it to death. And I've got the ground control right down by my feet here. I shouldn't say ground control. What do they call it? Just floor control or whatever. Let me see here. Did I miss anything else? Oh, and Leanne Taylor says, you're welcome. How's Junior's channel coming along? Does he have any more interviews set up? That's a sad one, too. I felt really bad for him. He had his first major guest tonight, and unfortunately, he canceled last minute. It's kind of heartbreaking moment for him. So, but you know what? Show goes on, and I've even lost some guests. I've had guests cancel sometimes, a day or so before. Just some things come up. It doesn't happen very often. But for a kid, for a young person getting into this, it was kind of heartbreaking for him. But nothing. Actually, he has a guest coming on my show, so I have to give credit where credit's due. He has Shea Adelican, the bass player for Gorillaz, coming on my show. I'm just waiting to secure the date, and I'm not sure what date that is. It's going to be a weekend show in an afternoon to accommodate the UK time zone. But that's because of him. He booked him. So that kid's amazing. He's going to be doing some great things this year. And Jose says, is that a Presonus AR mixer behind you? Would love to hear your review about it. Yes, that is the Presonus AR12 USB. Absolutely love that thing. Those guys have been really, really good to me. There's going to be some more things coming after NAMM from Presonus. I'm going to be getting some of the ES8 8-inch reference monitors. They're going to sound beautiful. And I'll actually even be able to use, and they're powered monitors as well, too. So I'm using this to give you a bit of an idea of how I'm using the Presonus mixer. Channel 1 is what you're hearing right now through the Rode Procaster microphone, dynamic microphone. Channel 2 is a guest microphone that you'll see Eric Jr. in here sometimes on. That's another Rode mic. Channel 3 and 4 are panned left and right. That's two microphones back on the 412 cabinet there, panned fully left and right. The fourth channel, sorry, is it fourth or fifth channel? The fifth one is actually the Rode, my Rode wireless receiver. So if I'm ever using a handheld wireless receiver, or in this case, I'll turn it on for a second. Testing 1, 2. What you're hearing there is actually the lapel. Let's turn off this. So now you're not even hearing the Procaster anymore. You're just hearing strictly the microphone here. Tap on my shirt. That's what it is. That's the wireless lapel. So that comes in handy sometimes. So that's on an extra channel. Okay, the next channel is my laptop, which for some reason is not sending audio through here at the moment, but we'll figure that out after. The next channel is the Helix, that's the Helix. And then I have a spare channel, which I just hooked up last night to the phone system. So now I can actually have phone guests call in, ask questions on the phone. And it's nice thing, instead of just, holding up a phone to a microphone or something, it's patched through. I'm running a mix minus audio mix, so the guests can hear everything that's happening on here, but they're not hearing their own voice. That can be very, very, confusing if you're calling and all you're hearing is yourself echo. So I have that. And then lastly, I have a Bluetooth channel, which is very, very cool. I can pair any Bluetooth device to it, and I can actually play tunes. Sometimes I was using my iPad with a soundboard, and I could play some funny sound effects. If someone says something funny, I could, click on some applause or some crickets chirping, or it's just all kinds of possible things. In a live environment, if a band was using this in a small club, one of the cool things is, let's say you're your own sound man and you're the maybe the DJ as well too. It happens in a lot of cases where the band is the band, and they're also got to provide some backing music in between sets. You could bring an iPod or your phone or iPad or whatever, Bluetooth it up here, and then just play tunes from the table if you want, wirelessly anywhere in the venue by Bluetooth. So it's got some really, really cool features. It also has a built-in recorder as well. So you can see these kind of colored buttons up here where my hand is. It lets you record your mix. So sometimes what I do as a fail-safe when I'm recording interviews with people, I've only done interviews a few times where they're standalones, not live, on the air or not live to YouTube. So I'll record to my Mac here to Dolby Audition, and also as a fail-safe, I'll stick in an SD card and I'll record there as well too. So if something was to happen to the computer, it crashed during a recording, whatever, I've still got a fail-safe backup over here. So I love that. And then of course it's got built-in effects and things like that too. I don't use the built-in effects. They can be fun. And now I'm bypassing the effects because James will know more about this than some of you guys that know about mixing and know about mix minus. So I'm using one of my effects sends as an auxiliary so I can control a mix minus for guests when they call in. So that's another thing I'm going to try to do in the very near future. I'm not going to do this tonight because I don't want to throw a monkey wrench into something that could possibly mess up with Jason Becker on the show. But in the immediate near future, I'm going to have it where you guys can call in on a Skype number. And you can ask the guest a particular question. And I do have some VIP perks to that to be able to guarantee that you can do that, especially with some of the big guests. It's on my Patreon as well too. And you'll see the Patreon information at the end of this video, patreon.com/EVH Gear TV. There's different perks, and there's one of the bigger ones is you can get a guaranteed question asked to one of the guests. So you definitely want that for, the people like the Jason Beckers and the Eddie Van Halens and people like that. That kind of stuff. So very, very cool. So there is a long answer to that question. Quentin says, can't believe those are 3 single coils. Really meaty and quiet bridge tone. I agree for sure. Let me see. What else did I miss? So that was Jose's question. Let's go backwards. What else am I missing here? Patches is depending on your son. Remember that song? Let me see here. Needs one more control on it. A kill switch. That would be pretty cool. 5-way switch. Yeah. So yeah, the guys are just kind of talking about the guitar itself. So listen, it is 1:46 here Eastern Standard Time. Not too bad. Probably about just a little shy of an hour broadcast. I'm going to grab myself a nice sub from Subway, and let's refresh FedEx here in case my package is sitting on the porch. I told him to leave it. Oh. Local weather delay, delivery not attempted. That's not good. I'm not worried about the package not being here, but I'm just worried about this weather. Like there's a big old red thing on the screen that says local weather delay, delivery not attempted. Recommended action. Bend over and kiss your butt goodbye. No, it says no action required. Delivery will be rescheduled when weather conditions improve. It must be getting really bad out there. I don't even want to go look, but I am going to venture out there and go grab a sub as soon as I finish my coffee. So everyone, thank you so much for tuning in. I hope I didn't miss too many questions here. Tonight's going to be a fun night. I'll just kind of preface this a little bit before I say goodbye. First of all, let's kill some of this extra stuff. Okay, so there we go. There was the Helix making a little bit of noise. It's just probably a ground loop or something. That sounds a lot better now. So Jason Becker's coming on tonight, 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, with his very, very good friend, Dave Lopez. Dave has been friends with Jason for over 15 years, since they were 15, since he was 15, I believe he said. So his whole life, took lessons from Jason. So we're going to talk about how they met. We're going to get to look at some of Jason's guitars. Got some really, really cool. He's got a lot of guitars, but we're going to look at a few of them. We won't have time to go through all of them for sure, but we're going to probably pull out some of the Van Halen guitars and some of the real special ones. We'll talk about Jason's signature line of guitars. We're going to get a great update on the record itself. I think musicians and fans worldwide are really looking forward to this new release from Jason. And from what I'm being told from Dave, this is a really important statement, and it's going to be a real big thing for Jason to physically have out there. And his whole life's work has gone into this record, and it's going to be really neat. I don't want to put any spoilers on what it's going to be like. It's going to surprise a few, and it's going to floor a few. You know what I mean? It's really, really cool. Great musicians, and we'll go through all these guests that are on there tonight, probably touch base on a lot of those. We're going to have an exclusive as long as this still goes through. I almost thought I was dreaming last night, and I won't say what this is, but Dave was telling me on a call I had to him last night that they're going to play something audio-wise that I believe nobody on planet Earth other than maybe David Lee Roth has heard. So watch for a real big exclusive. I love it when I get exclusives on the show, and this one is pretty big. Excuse me. So we're looking forward to that as well. I know I made more notes. I've got some handwritten notes right here on the paper. All kinds of cool stuff. We're going to talk about Dave's band, Flipside, how they came to be, and apparently they did a lot of touring with Black Eyed Peas. So we were talking a little bit about George Pahone last night, and that kind of stuff. It's just going to be fun. It's going to be a lot of fun, and we're going to have a special guest too, someone that you'll recognize as well too, pop on from Jason's house, and we'll say hi to that fellow as well too. And I think it's going to be a great night. It's 2018 kickoff of EVH Gear TV. I'm very, very happy. I have a great line of guests following every Friday for the next, right into March and April. So I'm very, very excited to be back. And you guys and girls have made this show a huge, huge part of my family's life here. And it's just, you keep coming back and making it a fun community. And I'm very, very grateful to each and every one of you. So I want to thank you for that as well. Anything else I'm missing here? Warren Hughes says, see you tonight. Memoir says, do you like Gibson SG? Yes, I do. We have one over here, an Epiphone SG, but it's one of the higher end Epiphone SGs. That's actually the highest end one that they make. I do like it. I'm a little foreign on it. I don't know it that well, but I have no problem with Gibson SGs. And Jose says, that's an awesome piece of gear. Thank you very much, Eric. And no problem. Thanks for all mine for coming on by. The Law says, steak. Add bacon, pepper, jack, a toasted and Italian urban cheese, and veggies and Southwest Chipotle. Done. Chipotle is my life. That's a good meme. You got to look that one up. No, actually, I just usually get a foot-long assorted, toasted, a little bit of sweet onion, some mayonnaise, a little salt and pepper. Go crazy stupid on onions. Crazy stupid. They look at me like, hey, it's all good. Poison Ivy won't kick me out of the house here for having onion breath. There's bigger things she can kick me out for. So it'll be cool. And there you go. What is your favorite sub? So that's James asking me that, cold cut in Italian. See, I might have to try to switch it up a little bit. I have white bread every once in a while. I have whole wheat, but it's usually really simple. I'm a pretty easy person to impress when it comes to food. Let me see here. And yeah, everyone will see you tonight for sure. Thanks so much. Hope you like the audio quality. It's the first time I've done any broadcast with a new Rode Procaster. Rode has been very, very good to me. So thank you, Rode. I appreciate it. Everyone, have a fantastic afternoon. I'm going to turn it over here in a second. You'll see a little bit of my Patreon information. It's just another way to support the show. I really appreciate it. And every little bit does help. And we will see everybody very, very soon. Thanks so much for tuning in. I really appreciate it. Have a good afternoon. Cheers. I am now on Patreon. If you enjoy my content and wish to support my channel and what I do, then please check out my Patreon page at patreon.com/EVH Gear TV. Your support assures the continued growth of this channel and a fun community in which to share our love for Van Halen, music gear, and much more.
Hey, my name is Eric and I'm playing the Frankenstrat guitar.
Video production services provided by Design 39 Media. Visit design39media.com for all your website, photography, and video production needs.